Hello, welcome to another episode of Sound Talk Show. Yay! Today we're going to do three things, or maybe more. So first of all, I'm going to introduce the review of the Kinesis 360 keyboard. This is USB wired keyboard. Okay, I have been delaying review, and we're gonna talk about that Kinesis 360 keyboard. So that's first thing. Then I'm going to demo Xafly keys. Okay. I'm gonna demo Emacs Xafly keys. This is for Kimposum. Okay, demo Xafly keys. Then I'm going to do Wolfram Research Mathematica. Okay, so Wolfram Research Mathematica, fantastic, powerful programming language. Okay, Wolfram Research Mathematica. We're gonna show you some fun things. Okay, programming language function design of the functions. So Kinesis Advantage keyboard. Let's go back here. Okay, Xafly keys, Emacs, then Wolfram language, and maybe something else. You ask questions, I talk. Okay, and pay me. Okay, PayPal or whatever, Patreon, PayPal or Super Chat. German, hello German, hello Q intent. Okay, so first up is Kinesis. Yeah, Kinesis Advantage keyboard. So this one, now this is $400. I got it about 4 months ago, but because lots of delays, I got. By the way, this is magnetic, snap-on, magnetic. But you have to buy this separately. Very expensive, fancy keyboard. Okay, made of solid metal. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure exactly what's the material. It's heavy. Okay, it's like 1.5 kilograms or 3 pounds, 3 something pounds. Okay, so anyway, I did a live unboxing. So let me talk about the keyboard, Kinesis 360. Okay, hello Immortality, Kinesis 360. Okay, and this is also fantastic ultimate hacking keyboard. Okay, now let me switch to my keyboard, so to my browser, so you can see. Let me show you. Okay, xali.info. Okay, you are at my home page. Search Kinesis, Kiness, Kinesis. Okay, Kinesis Advantage 360. Okay, I have lots of articles on Kinesis Advantage keyboard. Let me show you a few. Okay, unboxing gallery. Okay, this is 360 and this is Kinesis Advantage 2. So let me show you. So you got some layout. The fantastic. You can show QWERTY, Vorak, Comac. This is my personal layout for Xafly keys. Let me show you let me show you the keyboard. So this is Kinesis Advantage 2, customized version. People customize it, so you got these fancy buttons and trackballs. Okay, so let me get to the point. Okay, so this is unboxing gallery, which I did review. So let me just get to the. So this is Kinesis Advantage 2. I have been using this keyboard for like 6 years. Okay, if you watch my videos, you know. Yes, magnetic pads, that's fantastic. So I've been using Kinesis Advantage 2 for 6 years. They gave me one and I bought one myself. Okay, love it. Then about 4 months ago, well, about 10 months ago, the Kinesis 360 came out, which is an upgrade after about 10 years or 15. So that's what I have. So by the way, can you see my screen or what are you seeing? Okay, so you are seeing. Okay, so the 360 came out. This is the successor of the Kinesis Advantage 2. And lots of features, lots of, it's an upgrade, so lots of improvements. Now they sent it to me about 4 months ago, but I was busy with Glove 80 keyboard, and I also was busy doing programming and stuff, so I never got time to really review it. And also, one of the most critical thing is that the one they sent me is brown switch, Cherry MX Brown, I think. But because I have RSI all over, mostly my left arm, so these days I need super light switch. It must be linear cherry red at least or lighter. So, but now I got the brown, so I cannot type this for long durations because I type a lot. I type 4 hours nonstop every day. So so the problem, so if I am writing a long essay, can you see it? Yeah, so let's magnify. Hey, what's going on? Oh yeah, so if I'm writing a long essay, then I really need the super light switch. Okay, so I'm going to return it to them, although they gave it to me. I said I can use it, so I'm gonna return to them but I haven't done review, so I'm going to, maybe this is the last review I'm doing today, then I'm gonna send it back. Around what price? Expensive, my friend. So this Kinesis 360 is about 400, but that's about the price for this kind of keyboard. It's over 400. So I did a live stream video review. You guys should check out, because that's a full 1 hour, 35 minutes unboxing, and I talk about this kind of keyboard. Okay, so that's Talk Show 2023 May 9th. Kinesis Advantage 360 unboxing. Okay, so you guys go check that out. Then I have a website. Just search for Kinesis Kinesis 360. So you can see my detailed review about this keyboard. Lots of photos and detail. Okay, so yeah, pretty expensive, $400. But your hand, if you go see a doctor, it's gonna cost your life. So keyboard is very important. Okay, so they sent me a brown switch, but I cannot use it, so I'm gonna return it to them. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to them and see what happens. So I was going to so I guess you guys haven't seen, what am I gonna say about these? I'm gonna just use it today. Okay, so because I haven't been using it, I'm just gonna use it. Okay, so that's about that. So let's go to the next topic. Or is there any other questions? Now let's talk about Xafly keys. Okay, check. Okay, let's talk about Xafly keys. So Xafly keys. Okay, so let's go to okay, so copy that, go back here, show in browser. So this is today's talk show. Paste the link, linkify, show in browser. So we got a link. So Joman Molina says, when did people start making these custom keyboards? Okay, that's a good question. So there's a history to this. So Kinesis Advantage 2. So if let me show you. Okay, so if you go to XRD keyboard review, so you have a full bunch of them. The earliest in America, in English-speaking country, this one is kind of the earliest, depending on how you judge, So anyway, the first curved ball keyboard is this one, 1977. Okay, so this is Motron keyboard, 1977. They still sell it now. Okay, you can actually buy it. There's a video. So Motron is the first one. Then Kinesis Advantage came out, not this one, the earlier version, but they look the same. So let me show you the earlier version. So actually I have a history. So let's go ergonomic keyboard and ergonomic keyboard history. So you see the full history of this ergonomic keyboard, including a typewriter, ergonomic typewriter, symmetric key arrangement since 1935. Now I'm not actually sure this is the earliest. Anyway, so it goes way back. So anyway, as far as keyboard goes, then you have the Motron is the kind of the first 1977. Then Kinesis Advantage. Hold on a second. Let me do that. So Motron, then Kinesis Advantage. Let me go to the previous version. So I have a lot of photos. The previous version is. Now I don't have it on my. I think maybe I have a photo somewhere. But anyway, it looks exactly like that. So anyway, this came out in 1993, around there. Okay, Kinesis Advantage. So they are basically a copy of the Motron, except they removed the middle keys. Now I'm not sure what's the deal. I think originally they tried to get the right for the patent or something. Then it didn't work out or something. I don't know. So anyway, Kinesis Advantage came out 1993. I have a history page somewhere here. I forgot where. Okay. So you can see. So and then basically the Glove 80 came out. This is what my current keyboard. If you have watched my past YouTube live stream, you can see it starting this year, February or so. So this is kind of the third one. So that's the most prominent ones. Okay. Now there are also some do-it-yourself ones. So let me show you. So do-it-yourself. The most famous, the earliest one is the tactile. You see, you buy the components and you build it and you do it yourself. Also very expensive, because then you spend like $300 to buy all these things. Then you assemble, you try to solder and put it together. So if you are into that, if you are into soldering and electronics, you can do that. So this tactile is do it yourself and came out around 2014. Okay, then there's quite a lot of Japanese ones. For example, this one you have to. Japanese do it yourself. I'm not sure they sell ready-made. So there's a video you can see. Japanese usually they have smaller hands. Let me get my drink. Okay, so that's kind of the history. So then if we go back, so let me show you a few. There's some weird ones, really weird ones. So for example, you have that one, you have this one. Not even sure how do you type on this one. Some of them are experimental. All these came out in the last 10 years, starting in 2013 also. And then you have this one. And you have this one, thumb eater. You see this one. You put your thumb in that hole, and you have four-way switch. You can move your thumb in 4 different ways. So this is thumb eater. Well, the official name is Atlas 56. So there's so you see, so there's all kind of weird do-it-yourself ones, and you have this one. And then you have this one. This one is also from the same Japanese guy. So anyway, and one of the interesting thing in this one is got a joystick on it, which is very useful. Okay, so anyway, these are do-it-yourself ones, and then you have these Russian ones. This is from Russia, so. Okay, so that's some of the, and also you have some common scams. For example, this one, they announced it on Kickstarter, and they got the money, but it never came out about 10 years ago. Okay, so King's Assembly. Then you have this one. This one is a do-it-yourself from Hong Kong. It also never went anywhere, I think. Oh, from Korea. Yeah. Yeah, they kind of went away. And we don't have currency. Okay. Either they went away or the product never came. And this one is came out. This one is available, key mouse. So it's also interesting. So the idea with this one, key mouse, is that you move the entire keyboard. It functions as a mouse. So you can type, and move the entire keyboard as a mouse. They also have a trackball version. In fact, several of you guys who watch me bought it. I know Kathy bought it. Kathy and another guy bought it, and some of the photos on my website is actually from them. I have given the name, some of the photo. This one from Keyboardio 2018. So he also did a video review. So you might search for Keyboardio, on YouTube. So anyway, that's some of the curved concave surface keyboard. Okay, the wheel ones. Then you can look at the history, the history of ergonomic keyboard history. So like we mentioned, the earliest one I know is this typewriter, Raymondto portable ergonomic typewriter, 1935. Okay. Then you have this Luigi Colani office chair. Now you see, Luigi, this guy is some kind of artist, visionary. So I don't think those are mass produced, but he makes a lot of these artistic, geometric kind of design things. This Luigi Colani, I think it's Italian. You can search your web. You'll find lots of his like design of entire city, like futuristic thing, like this picture. Usually it's not practical and mass produced. Then if we look at the ergonomic keyboard history, then one of the most prominent one is from Japan. So Japan has a bunch of them. For example, this one, thumb shift keyboard, starting in 1978. You look at their keyboard, it's entirely symmetrical. Not entirely, but you see, 1978. Okay, so you search for my website. I have a lot history. So this page is arranged by date. So 1978, then Motron, 1977. Oh, Motron is actually 1 year earlier. Then you have 1983 from Japan, NEC. NEC is a big company. So you have this fantastic design, all kind of designs of symmetric ergonomic keyboard. You see, their key arrangement is a grid kind of, so you don't have this weird semi-diagonal shape on a typical PC keyboard. The reason they are like that is because back then the mechanical typewriters, underneath each key is basically a hammer, and underneath each key they need to make the lines of the hammer equidistant to each other, so you end up with the keys in a weird arrangement. Actually, I have a history on that. So you look at the design page, so you can see this is kind of the typical arrangement of the keys. They are not, it's like weird, semi-regular, not exactly, and why is it that way? you can see, you can understand why they have this jagged kind of arrangement, alignment, by looking at this picture. You see, this picture is a mechanical typewriter, and you can see the metal bars underneath it. Those are levelers. You know, you press here, the key hits up, and you can see they are equal distant. Why are they equal distant? Because otherwise you don't have space. You know, you need to make them equal distant. So, but then at the end of the leveler is the key attached to it. So you cannot make them, you know, the key to form a grid shape, because otherwise it won't work. So due to geometric constraints, that is why today's keyboard have this weird, you know, diagonal jagged alignment. Okay, so and we stuck with it, because when we started to have computer keyboards, we don't have these mechanical things underneath. But however, people's habit overruled. You know, if you design a grid keyboard, people say, what the fuck is that? Because we are already used to this weird alignment. Same thing with the shift key. You know, why is it called shift? Because when you press that key, it actually shifts all the gears, like kind of like the piano pedal. You know, it shifts all the levelers underneath. Then you press a key, they hit a different spot. So that's why you have shift key, and that's why you have to press it down, hold it first, then press the other key, then release the shift. Completely idiotic. Well, that's the way it is when you have mechanical keyboards. But when you have computer keyboards, people are stuck with the habit. So they insist you must have a key such that you must hold it. So that is a disaster. And we lived with it even today, including the shift key, control, alt, meta shit, you know, Windows key. You have to press it down, hold it, then press another key. Then you in that order. You cannot just press them together. You have to press the modifier first, hold it, then press the other, then release the modifier. Okay, completely idiotic, but habit stuck. Okay, that's why you know. So we were explaining originally why they are, you know, in this weird alignment. Okay, but let's go back to the keyboard history, ergonomic keyboard history. So you can see, then we have many, and Japanese has a lot fantastic designs. For example, this one. Okay, what else are we? So, are we ready to talk about soft-like keys? Let's see. Around what price? When did people start making this keyboard? Okay, how do you like the keyboardio model 100? I never had it. So you are talking about, let me show you the keyboard model 100. Okay, okay, so let me talk about keyboard model 100. Okay, it's not here actually. Oh yeah, I put it. Where did I put it? Ergonomic keyboard reviews. Yeah, here. So here is the here is the keyboardio model 1. It came out about 2017, 6 years ago. I never actually have it, so I don't have from just the design point of view, I think it's excellent. Okay, just from the design point of view, I think it's excellent, and there is a innovation in this one, nowhere else before. A few. Okay, one of the innovation is look at the thumb keys. look at the keycaps of these thumb keys. They are not square. They are not concave. They are convex. Okay, like little bumps, little bubbles, thumb keys. Okay, so the shape of the thumb keys is an innovation from this keyboardio guy. Okay, I kind of know this guy. He's a Perl programmer, classic nerd from 1990s. So the shape of the thumb keys is a innovation on this keyboard, and they got a palm key. So you can see they got a palm key. This thing. So that's another innovation. So you type with your fingers, then you can use your thumb, then you can use your palm, like palm press. Yeah, I hope they send me one for review, but that, and I don't have it. You should, they went into elaborate design, so they choose wood material. I'm not really into this kind of luxury design. I prefer practical. So this, as compared to grandfather clock, that's my classic example. When you see a grandfather clock, I don't know if you guys, young people, have ever seen it. Let me show you. Grandfather clock. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Okay, so let me show you some pictures of that. Okay, that's what it is. Grandfather clock. This ancient and elaborate. And it's a luxury item. It's very, of course, very expensive. And, carved, this fine carving. So heavy, and it's heavy. And, Baroque. Okay, so instead of that, and so sometimes also gilded, they have gold plated gilt, like extremely fancy, like Trump's house, golden look. I don't like this kind of design style, kind of luxury style. I don't like this kind of elaborate luxury style. Rather, I prefer scientific and space age. When you watch science fiction movies, you see the space station. The things there, that's the things I like. Functional. Everything is functional. And I like them light. I don't like heavy. So in keyboard and lots of gadgets, many people judge the quality of the gadget by how much they weigh. So today, you have lots of keyboard. They actually just put a brick inside, like heavy metal inside the keyboard, so it's heavy. Idiotic. Okay, well, it's kind of like a taste of style. Different people have different, some people like this. So what I'm saying is that this keyboardio guy, they went with this kind of luxury kind of design. So they choose to make this keyboard out of wood, and and also and look at the giant, huge octo feet. They have to have this giant octo feet. So yeah, okay. So that's a design aspect. Okay. So in comparison, for example, let me tell you, this is one of the issue many reviewers mentioned about this keyboard. Let me show you, okay? So when, today online, you can see many review of the Kinesis 360 as compared to, these are competitors, okay? Kinesis 360 is a competitor to the Glove 80. Okay, Glove 80 keyboard. So I have both of them. right now. So this is glove 80. So glove 80 is as far as the design of the style goes, just the style aspect. Glove 80 is what I like. Light, made of plastic, okay? Made of cheap plastic. You know what's cheap plastic? That's space age material. If you're gonna go out of space, you want plastic. You want the most durable, and cheap to make and durable, and you can, most practical, made of plastic and functional design. Okay, so when you watch other people's review of the Glove 80 versus the Kinesis 360, Kinesis 360 right now I'm using weights a ton, okay, heavy. So I don't know if I can. I'm like this is cramped. It's like heavy, okay. It's this. It's a brick, okay. Meanwhile, let me show you my. $360, okay. Where do you see it? Okay, $360. So you can see side by side, it's kind of much more smaller. And if you remove this, it's kind of much more smaller and light. So many people will say when they first see it is this is kind of like, oh, it's not it's cheap, it's like cheap feather light, featherweight, they'll say, so a lot of people will judge things by their weight. Meanwhile, when they see this, oh my God, this is luxury, so but that's a matter of taste. Okay, what else? What else? So yeah, so let's go back. Is there some more questions? Let's go back about so lots of articles, okay. From Russia with love, Quister from Russia with a nuke. The one with palm resting pad may be very comfortable one, okay. Actually, I talked about this many times. I myself don't like I don't use the palm rest much. I prefer bath towel, okay. You see these thick bath towels, that's the best palm rest. Do you still like using your UHK, Ultimate Hacking Keyboard? Yes, Ultimate Hacking Keyboard. Let me show you, okay, version 2. What is this? Ultimate Hacking Keyboard version 2. Can you see it? You cannot. Let me show you, okay? Well, you can see it here, okay? Fantastic, okay? I use it right now as a keyboard marker pad. So I can, for example, I can, you cannot see it, but let me show you. So I can switch browser tabs just by pressing these keys, backward, forward, or close it, reopen it, not that one. Reopen is this one, okay? A keyboard marker, okay? So because I already have a fancy keyboard, so I use it as a keyboard marker, and where is it? And if you're gonna use it just for typing, it's also fantastic. Okay, this is high quality, one of the best keyboard. I highly recommend. They send it to me. They are very nice to me. They send it to me. I have a video review. They send it to me. They also send me all the different modules. The trackball module, the extra key module, and the trackpad module. Excellent design, okay? And by the way, I also have the first version, Ultimate Hacking Keyboard first version. I used it for a year. And I used it for half a year typing for typing, and I used it for keyboard macro for like 5-6 years. So I've been using, the Ultimate Hacking as a keyboard macro for about maybe 10 years. It's the best software to program the keys, the best feature. Okay, so that's Ultimate Hacking keyboard. So if you are interested, watch my review. So okay, and I'm not gonna talk about Ultimate Hacking is good. Okay, and what else? King Herring, are you the King Possum guy? Well, how long have I been talking? Maybe we should do a Softlight Keys another day. NASA punk. The aesthetic you are describing is NASA punk. Okay, I never heard of that term. Let's look it up. NASA punk. Can you guys see my screen? No, let's go back. Okay, let's see NASA punk. Oh, that's not a established term. Starfield, a sci-fi game developed by Bethesda, has a NASA punk aesthetic that aims to capture the feelings evoked by the American Space Organization. Okay, let's see some images. Let's see what's NASA punk. Okay, well. Anyway, so let's see. Thank you for your thought. Thank you. If you have to pick a keyboard as your daily drive, which one would it be? That's one of the frequently asked question. And I have a frequently answered answer. The answer is, I cannot tell you. Okay. Well, for me, currently, my daily drive is the Glove 80. Okay. This one. Can you see it? Yeah, okay. Now, but if you ask me, so if you want to know which one is the best ergonomic keyboard, XR pick, I can explain. The various keyboards, they differ by price. They differ by, for example, Glove 80 is light, right? And Kinesis Advantage 2 is cheaper but bulky. Then if you go with the the bottom line is some of them are portable, some of them are not. Some of them are Bluetooth wireless, some of them are not. Some of them are $400, some of them are $150. Okay, some of them are adjustable tenting, some of them are one piece. Okay, for example, another one. Let me recommend, I highly recommend, is this one single piece, about $150, xbows light. This is one, my top 3 favorite. So depending on you, if you are just going to buy one keyboard, right, do you want it portable? How much you gonna spend? First of all, $200, too much? 100, 200, or 300, or 400? This Kinesis 360 is over 400. Okay, if you go with the Glove 80, that's also, I think, close to 400. Okay, so how much you want to spend? Do you want them to be portable? Do you want them to be wireless or not? Or some people rather prefer wired. For me, when I sit down, I want it wired. I don't want wireless shit. I don't want Bluetooth. Okay, is it split? Is that necessary for you? For many, it's not. Okay, so many different. And do you want the light, fancy light? Usually I don't care about fancy light. And how much programmability do you want? So kind of depends on you. Okay, like most people want to know which one is the best, which one of them is the best. There's no absolute answer. But I can tell you my absolute which one is the best quality. So Glove 80, I highly recommend. Kinesis Advantage 2, I highly recommend. Okay, Kinesis 360, I can also recommend. It's kind of expensive, over $400. Okay, Xbows Night, I highly recommend. Okay, and Ultimate Hacking Keyboard, I recommend. Okay, and there are others. So I cannot say exactly tell you which one to buy. For example, this one Israel Israel new keyboard. It's from Japan. I don't have it. I never tried it, but as far as I know, from the design point of view and from seeing other people who have used it, reviews, it's excellent. However, this one is $500, 500 US dollars. So, price comes into play. It's like if it's a best keyboard but it costs $1 million, are you gonna buy it? So that's why, all things considered, I give you some of my recommendations. So you can go cheap, for example, this one, you can just buy 2 of them. This made in China, kind of programmable. Together they are 150, so it's all up to you. Or if you want to go with a quality build, quality brand, this one is also pretty good. Kinesis Freestyle Edge keyboard or Kinesis gaming keyboard. This one is also pretty good. 150 or something, programmable, and but they got the grid. It's not a matrix layout. So there's pros and cons. The grandfather keyboard style. Okay, so the aesthetic. So thank you for thoughts. Okay, so if you have to pick keyboard as your daily driver, okay, so the light is out of stock. They only have the night, right? Yeah, I believe so. So the xbows night, right? Oh, excellent. So I want to give a shout out to this. Where is it? I want to give a shout out to the xbows. Okay, so XR keyboard guide, ergonomic keyboard. I want to give a shout out to xbows because when they came out in like in early they came out in, let's see, 2017. They sent me one. Okay, that's even before the xbows Lite. Before that model came out 2 years later also. So they sent me the very first prototype, and I used it, reviewed it. It's this one. Okay, a photo. You see, it's fantastic. This xbows, every time I use it, it's just a joy because by now I have so many. Each time you switch, it takes some energy, to set up your desk. But every time I use xbows, it's just a joy. Okay, and I can get used to right away. Okay, despite it kind of new design, fantastic. Can you guys see it? Yeah. Okay. So then because the version they sent me is a prototype, then I cannot program it because they changed the firmware. Then after a few years, they sent me the night or nature. They sent me this one 2 years ago. Fantastic. Okay, I also did a video review of it. You can see all the details, quality, photo details. Where's my review? Here. Okay. Okay, so that's it, I guess. So we talked about keyboards. I think let it just be keyboard today because that's better for the video, focusing on one topic. Anything else? You guys have any questions? Anything else? Let's see. Okay, keyboards. Now I was going to You know, let me do some typing, I guess, something typing. I was gonna, well, yeah, it's too bad, you know, they send me with this brown switch, so I cannot, you know, use as my main. I might as well return it to them. Is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, it's you know, I can recommend it. It's kind of expensive, but it's got, you know, highly programmable, and one of the great feature in this one, not in others, is on the fly programmability. That is, let's say if I want to make this key do copy Control C, I can program it. Just press, you know, I just hold this key and press this key, then press Control C, then press that key, then that's it. Then whenever I press that key, that'll send Control C. I do not have to launch any firmware or any application or GUI, none of that. You know, just press a few keys, you can program your keys. On the fly programmability. Okay, this feature is rare. As far as, you know, among the keyboard I have, you know, it's rare. This feature is rare. So, but it's part of the Kinesis advantage. Okay, let's go to. It's part of the Kinesis advantage, but let me show you. Okay. So the Kinesis 360, they have two versions. One is USB. The other one is wireless, called Kinesis 360 Pro. That's a wireless Bluetooth one. Okay. Now both of them look exactly the same. They look exactly the same. However, the programmability is entirely different. Okay. So the one USB with USB, which is the one I have, it comes with the Smart Set firmware, and that's the best. Okay. The Bluetooth one come with the ZMK firmware, and to program that is hell. You know, like if you want to set a key to be copy, you have to like you have to like go to the website, read the instructions, download the firmware, then something. You know, I don't really have that keyboard, so my description is not exact, but I know the experience. I heard of it. You know, so the Kinesis 360 Pro, the wireless one, with ZMK firmware, if you want to program it, it's kind of a lot to do. Okay, so but with the USB version, 360 USB, it comes with the Smart Set software, Smart Set firmware, which is identical to the Advantage 2 firmware, and you have on-the-fly programming and other features, and I really like that. Okay. Tree sitters in Emacs and Mathematica. Okay, so let's do some. Do you use e-readers? No, I don't use e-readers. I don't use, you know, because I hardly read. I mean, not these days. Usually when I read, I just read Wikipedia and website. I don't like PDF. I don't like. It's not like I don't like. I just these days I haven't really read any electronic books, the so-called electronic, like e-books. Mathematica. Okay, Mathematica is great. Let's say not today. And tree sitter in Emacs, that's also a great topic, but not today. And also I haven't studied it much. Anything else about keyboards? Okay, about keyboard, guys. Let's shut down in 3 minutes. Okay, so let me shut down in 3 minutes. I'm gonna put what we talked about into my talk show page. So yeah, okay, so copy. So 360 and okay, close that. NASA punk grandfather clock, idiotic thing. You know, grandfather clock is part of the Baroque style. B-O, not B-A. I spelled it wrong. Rococo. Let's see. Yeah, you see, this kind of style I really don't like at all. This kind of thing. You know, some people love them. Some people think, oh, this is this is luxury. This is fine art. I don't like them. This, you see, because this kind of design, it's the opposite of being functional. It's heavy. You know, you can't move it. Hard to clean. Impossible to clean. Well, unless you are super rich, you have nannies to clean it for you. Then and the elaborate, you know, this ugly artwork, ugly. I don't want to see it. Okay, and gold plated, you know, whatever this, you know, gold thing. Okay, and you see, no good. This is no good. Elaborate, useless. Okay, some of them are pretty, some, but useless. Okay, now on the other hand, you know, so you can, architecture is a rich field. Architecture is the exhibition of geometry. Okay, architecture, you know, some of them is extremely beautiful, especially cathedrals and church, right? So, you know, this one I like, you know, although it's Rococo Baroque style. But on the other hand, so we can, you know, there are many architectural styles on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is very good on this. Oh, shit. Let's just look at architecture, okay? So, not here, architecture. Okay, so, you know, you have some of these elaborate, famous church. Yeah, they are beautiful, but it's not my favorite style as far as style goes. Okay, now, you know, as far as style goes, I like, you know, so you have some of these ancient Roman or Greek style, and yeah, you have the Chinese style. Not my taste. Also, you know, and you have, oh, these are beautiful. This Islamic style. Yeah, but they are also kind of elaborate and not functional. And they are beautiful though. They are extremely beautiful. Some of these are just amazingly beautiful. You see. But one of the style I like, let me just show you. Oh yeah, Art Nouveau. Art Nouveau. I don't know how I pronounce it correctly, but oh god. Okay, they're kind of funky. So here's some examples. What is this style? Oh god, there are so many here. Art Nouveau, yeah. So you can see, beautiful. Okay, I kind of like this style, but still, this is not the functional style I'm talking about, because they have a lot of elaborate curves and so on. But I love this. But then there's a lot. Okay, let me show you some functional style. Okay, for example, some of these. Okay, this beautiful. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this is Art Nouveau. I don't know how do you pronounce it in French. So anyway, this is well, this is also not. So anyway, so this is kind of modern, kind of geometric style I kind of like. Okay, functional. And also this one, beautiful. Okay, in a different way. Okay, and this one, beautiful. Okay, beautiful, kind of modern. Okay, that's it for today. So have you tried other input methods like voice gesture, like Stephen Hawking? Yeah, I tried it a bit before, but never in length. It's looking for that Arasaka neo-militarist style. Arasaka neo-militarist, what is that style? So let's look up. Okay, I'm gonna go. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Pay me, okay? PayPal me. Arisaka rifle, no. I'm not sure what is that. Okay, bye guys.